Well, I'm at the back of the Minneburn and I've just come off the Giant's Ring Road and I've turned off to the right. I've had to abandon the motor, turn off to the right and followed this wide avenue, which I presume was once either the front entrance or the back entrance to Terrace Hill, which later became, well, it was a grand house overlooking the Lagan, but it later became Terrace Hill Children's Home. So this is the grand avenue. So I reckon that the people living up here away, 150 years ago, 200 years ago, they must have had a drop of money, because this is their entrance avenue. Well, I've just come up the avenue there. Nice beech trees, and look at the view you're getting. That's out over Beaver Estate and over onto Terrace Hill, Four Winds, away out that direction, and it opens out onto this area here, Terrace Hill, and it's like a sunken garden, and it's owned by the National Trust. And you see all these walkways before you. These walkways go everywhere. They go away down to the Lagan down there, and they go through the wood and they go back towards Beaver and Milltown. And this is a superb spot, just a stone's throw from the city and Shaw's Bridge, the Lagan, and yet rural and quiet and private. Well, it's not private because you can dander about it, but it's you know, and this is a super place to bring a barbecue, run the dog, go for a jog, have a quiet sit down and have a meditate up at the sunken garden at Terrace Hill. And it's all landscaped, and it's all refurbished. And they've even got wooden sculptures. And if you follow that car park sign down there, you come to a wee van that's sitting beside the Minneburn, and he'll sell you a nice cup of tea, a cup of coffee and a scone. But look at this. Isn't this fabulous? And, you know, very, very few people know about this. They all come to Shaw's Bridge and they walk the towpath, but this is here. And it's like a secret garden. That's all planted out. Oh, it's a bird watcher's paradise. And the kids could play a wee game of football in there. But if the ball goes over that fence at the far side, there's an almighty long way down. And we're looking away over, you can just see it through the trees there. We're looking away over to Malone House. There's the lupins. Good pathway along that way as well. Sitting a hidden sunken garden. Come and check this out for yourself. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, the weather isn't too wonderful, but you know. And then you're going down onto the towpath and down to the Lagan there. there's more walkways appearing all the time. There's walkways around here going every which way. And that was Terrace Hill through the trees there. But there's a big notice board here. And let's have a wee Jeff Duke at it. Minneburn Terrace Hill Garden. And I'll let you read down through that yourself. That's a chiff-chaff singing in the background. And a wood pigeon. There's the chiff-chaff. And look at the way it was. Ornamental garden. The garden's golden age began to fade following Ned's death in 1947. And so this was, it was built in 1936, and the garden's put in, and it's designed by Young and Mackenzie, then the most successful architects in Belfast, who were responsible for Robinson Cleaver. And Edward Robinson held summer parties here in the 30s and 40s, and I'm sure they had a fine old time. Reading down through, look at the way it was. And then it was all refurbished by the National Trust, and I think they have jazz festivals and things, outdoor concerts and stuff up here too. And then that's all about becoming a volunteer. But hey, they've done a good job. They've done a brilliant job. And you can just make out the car park down at the Minneburn through the trees there. That's where the wee coffee van sits. And you're just away above everything. Fantastic views. And my lone house sitting away up on the hill. Fabulous place. And this is typical Northern Ireland weather now. It's misty and the rain's threatening. And again, that's the old chiff-chaff. Let's see if I could get up here. Give you a better view. Lagan Valley, Shaw's Bridge. With Terrace Hill Sunken Garden, hidden treasure. Reminds me of something out of the Secret Garden. You know, that wee story. Well, the National Trust have done a lot of work here. And do you know what? You don't have to pay a penny. It's all for free. Come and enjoy it. Big poppies.